despite the fact that Sonic Adventure first appeared on the SEGA Dreamcast well over 20 years ago, it's still a fun and enjoyable game to play.
That's pretty good.
And of course I do remember the very first time I played Sonic Adventure and being blown away, considering that most of the games up to that point were from the 16-bit era of gaming.
You're old!
Obviously I loved this golden age of gaming, but when it came to the SEGA Dreamcast, there were a handful of games that some would say were legendary.
Indeed.
And one title that fits perfectly within this category is the beloved Sonic Adventure 2. So join me today as we go back to the past to learn more about this amazing adventure game. All the way back in the late 90s, the SEGA Dreamcast was tantalising gamers with some amazing titles. Each of these games brought with them a memorable experience, and this couldn't be more true when it came to the first Sonic Adventure title. Sonic Adventure itself allowed Sonic fans to explore the world of the blue blur, but in glorious 3D.
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
And while Sonic Adventure was impressing gamers left, right and centre, Sonic Team were already hard at work in creating a follow-up to this Dreamcast classic. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog, developer Sonic Team wanted to create a title that would showcase how far the blue blur has come since its 16-bit debut. Not only was Sonic Adventure 2 aiming to be the perfect follow-up to its predecessor, but it was also going to be the introduction of two new characters within the Sonic mythos. Obviously the likes of Amy, Rose, Tails and Knuckles would be making an appearance, but these new faces that Sonic Team were bringing to the table came in the form of Rouge the Bat and the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Ever impressive.
Now Shadow the Hedgehog will have his own video in the future, as well as other characters from the Sonic mythos, such as Mighty the Armadillo, E102 Gamma, and a request from a friend of mine, SBO the Chameleon.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
But anyway, in June of 2001, Sonic Adventure 2 graced the SEGA Dreamcast, and later in 2002, it found a home on the Nintendo GameCube. In Sonic Adventure 2, Dr. Robotnik learns of a secret weapon created by his grandfather, and while infiltrating a government base known as GUN, the evil scientist revives a mysterious black hedgehog only known as Shadow.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Now when this was all happening, Sonic himself has been captured by GUN, but luckily he manages to escape and skydives to the surface below. This is quite possibly one of the greatest starts of Sonic Adventure 2, with Sonic running through the city at the speed of sound while being pursued by GUN, before he stumbles across the path of Shadow the Hedgehog. Clearly confused as well as intrigued, Sonic immediately goes on the offence. However, he is no match for this mysterious black hedgehog that has full control over the mysterious power only known as Chaos Control. I wonder, will Chaos Control work with anything such as a Dragon Ball, I wonder? Chaos Swiss Roll! Not quite the effect I was hoping for, maybe I should try it again. Chaos Control! Where the hell did I just go, and why can I smell purple? What's this? Buck Bumble. Oh, now that's a blast from the past, and definitely one game I'll be looking at in the future.
Nice.
But anyway, eventually, Dr. Robotnik soon starts to collect the Chaos Emeralds, and from here, it's a race against time for Sonic and his friends in an adventure of epic proportions. Gameplay for Sonic Adventure 2 follows the same style set by the predecessor. However, this time around, there are two main campaigns to play. This combination of storytelling and action was a step forward for Sonic Adventure 2, which was so much different compared to the first title, with its shorter episodes, if you will, for the large roster of characters available. At its core, Sonic Adventure 2 had three styles of gameplay for its multiple stages. Sonic and Shadow were all about speed. Tails and Robotnik stages were slower but allowed for multi-directional shooting, and as for the stages surrounding Knuckles and Rouge, theirs was all about hunting the pieces of the Master Emerald. And as much fun as those stages are, the ones concerning Sonic and Shadow are by far the best, What with the speed, the platforming and the grinding, especially in space.
Ay, caramba!
I mean, you're in space grinding down rails with a planet below you, where a wrong move means certain death. Talk about keeping you on your toes.
That was scary.
Now both campaigns that gamers were able to play through set the stage for the third and final part of the story, bringing the whole adventure to an amazing conclusion. It was here that both sides would work together, setting aside their differences to save the planet, and where a certain song called Live and Learn would come into play.
Excellent!
But to fully appreciate this Crush 40 track, I highly recommend you finish Sonic Adventure 2. And for those that have, you know full well what I'm on about.
You're goddamn right.
Now, as I mentioned just before, the opening stage of Sonic Adventure 2, known as City Escape, is perhaps one of the best stages in the entire game. This opening stage is loved by so many fans, going down in history as one of the most iconic moments surrounding the world's fastest hedgehog. The mixture of speed and platforming felt perfect, as if Sonic had found his footing in the wonderful world of 3D. And of course, we cannot forget that moment where the blue blur would have to run at the speed of sound to avoid a deadly and menacing 18-wheeler. For eagle-eyed gamers, there is a character from the first title that makes an appearance within this stage, but blink and you'll miss him.
What?
All in all, Sonic Adventure 2 is now a classic in its own right. From the get-go, this fantastic title would take gamers on an adventure that would tantalise the senses. And with a whole cast of characters to play as, it's no wonder that Sonic Adventure 2 is loved by so many. But one of the biggest questions in all of gaming, especially if you're a Sonic fan, is when are we going to get Sonic Adventure 3? A very good question indeed, but sadly, this also marks the end of the summer of Sonic, which I hope you guys really enjoyed. But don't worry, as it will be coming back next year. And I'm certain there will be other Sonic related videos out in the near future. Anyway, come back next time where 007 will showcase his entire career throughout the world of gaming. Thank you so much for watching and see you next game.